Good morning. Ooh, super rich rising. Look at my distress hat, and it wasn't even on purpose, y'all. All right, a Mayberry Moment. What is this, episode 3? And we are going to continue with our last conversation. What are we talking about?
That conversation was why we got married.
Why I'm finna go up this mountain to save my marriage. So we talked about why we got married. Oh, I think I left off talking about how a lot of our first dates were spent in church.
Mm-hmm.
And we focused really early on, intentionally, on building a spiritual relationship. And I know that I won't say still new in my walk. I think I was pretty solidified in my walk with Christ, but I think you were redefining your relationship, maybe?
Yep.
Would that be accurate?
Yep.
So you were redefining your relationship. And in that, in going to church and having a lot of spiritual dates and a lot of spiritual conversations, we started a journal, a couple's journal. And sometimes we would have writing prompts, and other times we would just write about things, accomplishments, things that went well, things that we wanted to work on, opportunities for improvement, just whatever. Sometimes it was things that we really wanted to have written down that we enjoyed about each other, or we were happy for each other, just ways that we can go back and reflect on those moments. And then another part of that intentionality was being consistent and putting God at the center of the relationship was the dating series at church. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 2 months?
It was 2 months.
2 months of the dating series, and every Sunday would be a different topic, and then we would go home and journal about that and rewatch the episodes. Like our Wednesday night date, we would go on YouTube and rewatch what was discussed in church in the event that we had a different perspective or something else dawned on us, so that way we could journal about that also. So it was very intentional about where God stood, where we stood with God, where we wanted our growth to be, what about our emotional capacity, things that we had to learn, and we're still learning about managing emotions individually and collectively. And then my husband had an amazing point about
sometimes you gotta learn to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
Period.
So with a lot of stuff, you gotta take time to look at the man in the mirror, because none of us is perfect. All of us have things that trigger us.
Right.
But at the same time, we gotta learn how to manage that and
Right.
flow with that. But you love yourself. Self-love is the best love.
Self-love is the best love.
So you love yourself unconditionally. And then you master that, you learn to love somebody else.
So I find that to be an extremely pivotal point, because one of the things we're talking about in our past relationships is not loving ourselves enough. And I say that because when you aren't in the best space emotionally, when you haven't really dealt with some of your triggers, some of your past, and I'm not just talking about in the relationship, I'm talking about you personally, you kind of put yourself on the clearance rack, right? Because you're not holding your self-worth at a high enough level and at high enough esteem so that someone else would be able to hold you in that same regard. So that's the reason why I think we both fail, in addition to them just being the wrong people. But the reason why past relationships don't work is when you aren't holding yourself in a high enough regard, when you don't love yourself enough, you almost take anything goes, right? And when you look back on all the things that you accepted and the things that you would never accept now, it has everything to do with where you hold yourself and what regard you hold yourself.
That goes with friendship,
all relationships, family.
Cause hey, I got some friends that's I'm closer to than I am
family.
My own blood.
Yeah.
I'm big on family.
We're huge on family.
I see them as family as well.
Right. The family we chose.
Yeah.
So we'll end that note with Cedric putting on his positive pants.
Yeah.
And going for this walk, because we got to road to 10K.
It's hot out here, y'all.
It's hot, but we are in a wooded area. We're on a trail. We love y'all. What else, Sam? Oh, millennials.